you could call, make an appointment. Kenya had set us up and link you so that we could have that option. And we also were on the website letting you know to call in, and we would probably arrange to have something to you. In addition to which, we had donations to come in, so we're able to purchase a vehicle so that we could also do deliveries for people that were not available to come out, because a lot of our clients are older. And then some of them, because of the transit situation, were not able to get into the office. So we did curbside delivery. From that point, we also strategized on the programmatic pieces of the office, where we all considered what next steps were. We prepared each home with the office capability, and we transitioned into a virtual platform. Ken, you want to add anything else onto that?
Yeah, sure. With some foresight, yeah, everyone got laptops, everyone got printers sent to their home. So was able to still, do our work. In addition to some of our other services like HIV testing, I was already working with Virginia on their at-home testing program, so it was very easy to just replicate that and tailor it to our demographic, as well as our REIS, where we were meeting twice a week to go over lessons and trainings. We already were beginning to get into the habit of giving very low cost tablets as a stipend to our participants. We, instead of doing it at the end, we just did it in the middle, and then was able to switch the entire program remotely. So was able to switch to remote very, 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 very quickly. And then, as things were going, because I see Incorporated discontinued. Why? As moving forward, once we got a grip of what was going on, we started to gradually come back into office. But it really was almost like a skeleton crew was coming back into office, right? Like our testing team was only in there. We only had one tester in 3 days a week. And then, for a short amount of time. And then we, Thursday and Friday was by appointment only. Same thing with food bank, went down to once a week, except for emergency. So we really, really went down. Case management only came into office when they had a client they couldn't, work with remotely, then they came in. But we went down to really making sure everybody that had to come into the office came into office only on a case by case basis. So we was able to do that, as well as we instituted a temperature check, the COVID screening questions that you get when you go to the doctor's office, you get asked a million questions. We started doing that. We started checking temperatures. We installed hand sanitizer all around the building. We put up barriers for those folks that had to come into office. They had the barriers put up around their desk and around their seating area. And those are some of the things I can think off the top of my head that we did to pivot to not only curb the spread of the virus, but also protect the staff as well. Because that was one of the main things. We wanted to make sure that we protected our staff, because our staff was working in really close quarters with a lot of customers. And, especially at that time, they were saying, it can be, it can touch on bags, touch on tables. We really did. This was in the height of where everything was really unsure about transmission.
Sure.
So we made sure that we had gloves, masks, rubbing alcohol, all the PPP that was needed to be protected, as well as cutting down our team, making our team work half online, half in the office, and we took turns. One of the things I did with the RAIS team and the prevention team was we had daily check-ins about how we're going to strategize what we're going to do today, because understanding we're working at a different atmosphere. We were all in the office each day, and we could talk to everybody. We had a 10 a.m. check-in just to strategize and say, okay, this is what you have. Okay, you're going to go in the office. I'll stay at home. You'll go in at 12. You leave at 1. I'll come in at 2. We worked it around that way. So we make sure that we had as little contact with each other and the community as possible.
Yeah, and then one of the major things we did, because we knew this was something that impacted the mental health, is every morning Kenya did a affirmation with the young people so that they could keep their mental self in check. In addition to which, we realized that there was no availability for like alcohol and some of the other nuances. I need a pen. all the other nuances of not having availability for purchasing. We did research and we realized we can get these items from beauty supplies. So we started making our purchases with beauty supplies. We went around the regular and normal contact of trying to get it through the pharmacies because there was no availability. Costco, no. So after careful thought, I came up with the idea. When you go to the beauty supply stores, they have all of this. So we got in contact with a distributor, and we were able to have alcohol. We were able to make our own hand sanitizer. They have plenty of masks and gloves because those are things that are used in the beauty supply shop.
That is genius. You know, that's interesting you say that, because I think I use some of my gloves from my hair dye, because your hair dye, I don't know if you know, but it comes with gloves in it. And so I was like, oh, well, you know, we have this. So but that is real. Like, wouldn't even think to go to a distributor, but that's genius. That's a really good idea.
We managed to stay.
Distributor.
Yeah. So we had a distributor, then we made arrangements for staff to pick it up on a monthly basis. We were able to make wonderful PPE packages. And then being in food services, we shop at a wholesaler. So where people can find Lysol and bleach and that kind of stuff, we had a plethora of it. Thank God for the Department of Health that they gave us the PPE money because we were able to buy in bulk. So we also rented a large cargo trailer and had it put on site so that we can stockpile the items that we needed so we can make sure that the clients had what they needed.
That's great.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, just to circle back to something that Gail actually touched on before that we did with the team. Every morning what we did was it was a meditation. We started the day off with the first 5 to 10 minutes with a meditation. And it really was just a way to center everyone, because one of the things that I have been, advocating for on a national level is about the mental health impacts that it's going to have on not just the clients, but staff. And we try to do that as a way to center everybody every day. Because we know it was going to be the information everyone was getting, like, I can digest the numbers all day long and be fine and go to sleep at night. Right. Other people on my team may not. And it was almost like we was watching, the end of the world, the zombie apocalypse happening on television. As a way to make sure everyone started their day with like some level of mental clarity and some sort of wellness, we did a 5 to 10 minute meditation using the Calm app, or what's the other one? I think we use the Calm app most of the time, and just like picked the team would pick the theme for the week, right? It was either like dealing with stress, dealing with anxiety. We did practice that all week long. And the feedback I got from the team was it really, really helped them prepare for the day, prepare for everything they was going to be dealing with, and all the obstacles and deaths. Because deaths was happening, deaths still are happening at an alarming rate. But especially then, I've been in the HIV field for a while, so death from pandemics is something I used to go to funerals once a week, right? When I was at some other organization, so I was used to. But some of our other staff, they're really new, so it was the rapid death toll was really, really, really affected them mentally. So we thought about addressing that in a more holistic way. The way we can that, didn't really cost anything, but, was some sort of way impactful.
But very valuable, and also created that connectedness that, within that. But my husband and I, just funny story about the Calm app, my husband and I started doing that during the pandemic as well, just to center ourselves the same way. And we try to get our children to do it. And they just, anytime now we put the Calm app, it's like Pablo's dog. They just start screaming. They're like, no meditation. So it's like that lady's voice. Like they know her, right? But we still do it. It's really voice. Good. Yep.
I love the Calm app. It was a great asset that I had, that my doctor encouraged, because I was dealing with some heart issues. So my doctor, encouraged me, give me a free year of the Calm app. And when I did it for myself for about a few weeks, I said, I need to share this with the team. And it helped.
Yes. Yeah, I would agree. And it's not a lot of time, but it is really a nice way to center yourself. So I think that's so great that you did that with the whole team.
Yeah, I think the longest one we did was maybe 10 minutes. That's
Yeah.
the longest was 10 minutes, that we did. It was went from 5 to 10 minutes. And it got to a point where there was some days that I had, doctor's appointments and things where I had to do something and I wouldn't be able to do it. They would call me and say,